So, of course, the Liberation Day reciprocal tariffs have hit all major American trading partners. His plan will set a 10% baseline tariff across the board and further tariffs for about 60 countries he deems the worst offenders. In line with that, the EU faces 20% tariffs. The UK, however, gets some relief being in the 10% bracket. While there's still no sense of delight in the UK after the tariffs announcement, some hope the higher duties imposed on European rivals could be an advantage for their US export ambitions.
The fact that it was 10%, and I'm not going to just say only 10% because it's still a big deal. However, it gives us that tailwind over our European competitors. So we kind of view it as still continued to be a big opportunity for us.
While the European Union was hit with a 20% rate, Switzerland and a major exporter of premium chocolate received more than triple Britain's tariff at 31%.
It's a kind of nice, one of the few Brexit advantages that we will have, or that we do have. Again, I'm kind of quite excited in a way, because I think certainly whenever the American market imports so much chocolate, suddenly we're a little bit more affordable.
And that gets us to the steep tariff camp. According to the French Wine and Spirits Exporters Group, FEV, sale of French wine and spirits is expected to slide by at least 20% in the United States. The United States is the biggest export market for France's Bordeaux wine. The head of its lobby group says that the last time Trump imposed tariffs at 25%, a corresponding 25% of its value of exports to the US was lost.
There's a real disappointment, a feeling of being weighed down, of hardship, after all the obstacles we already have. Climate change, the challenge of marketing around the world, the instability we see, the problems with setting up reliable distribution.
The US market for the French dairy industry, including cheese, has doubled in 15 years. The head of the lobby group, the FNIL, expected the market to stabilize rather than fall.
The extent of the countries and products impacted are really a shock to the food sector, and dairy in particular, and French dairy producers.
French President Emmanuel Macron was to convene all representatives from the business sectors hit by the import tariffs announced by US President on Wednesday. And as per the latest, he has urged companies to pause investments in the US.
The other countries, and they all understand, of the European Union.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.